Do you ever get so overwhelmed by having to do this, do that, and do then some that you're fearful of missing out on whatever it is you don't do? Well, FOMO is real, and how FOMO affects us in the workplace is something we need to be paying attention to because we can't do everything. And our fear of missing out and our fear of making a mistake may be one of the things that's directly impacting our job satisfaction. Join me for today's video where I'm talking with you about FOMO and what you're afraid of missing. I'll see you in a few seconds. So again, hi everybody, welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. My name is John Neral. I help professionals who are ambitious about their careers create their next advancement opportunity. And today is show 47, and it's all about FOMO, the fear of missing out, and what are you afraid of missing? So if you haven't had a chance to check out my website at johnneral.com, I've got a wonderful workbook and free resource there for you called 3 Steps to Creating Your Next Advancement Opportunity Without Feeling Overwhelmed. It models and follows the same process that I use with my one-on-one clients and basically designed to help you create whatever is coming next for you in your career, whatever that is. And I like to call that your next advancement opportunity. So today, I'm inspired by a conversation I've had with a few people recently, simply around the concept of FOMO, the fear of missing out, and what that all means in the workplace. And as I've been thinking about it and doing a little bit of reading and talking with people about the whole concept of FOMO, I started paying attention to some advertisements on television and wondering whether or not they create that fear of missing out. And I saw it quite a bit. I saw it through some infomercials and making sure that if you really want to get this particular product, you've got to buy now. And if you do, they'll give you a second one and just pay the shipping and handling. And even earlier today, I saw a commercial it was like a publisher's clearinghouse. And it was all about, not missing out on the opportunity to get in on the contest. We saw it a lot with like the recent Powerball and Mega Millions jackpots as they approach the $500 million mark and then the $1 billion mark. And you didn't want to be left out because what if you were the one to get the ticket that would have won all that massive amount of money? And so FOMO is real. And FOMO is absolutely real in the workplace. You've heard me talk before about the power of the pivot and how there are times in our career where we pivot for whatever reason that is. The internal promotion, we get a chance to step up and lead. We're not happy with the work we're doing, so we're going to go ahead and shift careers or shift organizations. Whatever that might be, we pivot. And we pivot in part because we are fearful of missing out on some kind of opportunity. When that right opportunity comes along, how do you know whether it really is or it isn't? The whole concept of FOMO, the fear of missing out as to whether or not that opportunity is right for you, FOMO means that you simply don't want to miss out on that chance. You don't want to be the one that's left behind when everybody else is hopping on board. When you think about what's going on in your current work, okay, I'm sure you can identify someone whom you believe is doing a little better than you. Maybe they're achieving more, they're getting better results, whatever it is, and you might be taking a step back and wondering, what is it they're doing you're not? So the FOMO there is And pardon me for a second, because I forgot to put this on Do Not Disturb, and I always hate doing that, so I'm sorry. Doing it in the middle of the show, rather. But when you think about what other people are doing, okay, the the FOMO here is all about whether or not you're missing out on something that you need to be a part of, or something that's going to help you advance your career, whatever those things are. I'll give you another example. You're at work and everybody says they're going out for happy hour, and you get invited to tag along. Yet you're also working on a major project that needs to be delivered tomorrow, and you're fearful of making the deadline. But then you hear that, there's going to be somebody there at the happy hour whom you've been wanting to talk to for weeks, and talking to in terms of maybe being able to get on their team or jump to their department, whatever it might be. And you're conflicted. You're conflicted between honoring the work that you're currently doing, or going to the happy hour and having an opportunity to network and maybe create something there. Either decision means you are going to miss out on something. And when we are faced with FOMO, how your core values align to both of those situations determines what you're going to decide. So whatever your core value is that drives you in the work that you're doing, that's what's going to help you make that decision. If it's really important for you to make sure you put in the necessary work that night so your project gets delivered on time, or you meet that deadline, or whatever that has to be, you're going to honor that because that's where your core values align. And if networking is a really big core value for you, and you've promised yourself that you're not going to miss any opportunity this year to move your career forward, and so if the chance to talk to that person is so important, you're going to go ahead and do it, you're going to honor that as well. You can make both happen, but when the fear of missing out is so great, that's where the conflict arises. And you then start negotiating or bartering or wondering what you have to do to make it all work, because the last thing you want to do is miss out on anything. The truth of the matter is, we're human. We're going to miss out on stuff. We miss out on stuff every single day. When you think about how much time you're putting in at work and how much time you have with your family or your loved ones at the end of the day, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act between ensuring that we're able to provide for our families and we're honoring our relationships, and at the same time not letting work suck the life out of us at each and every moment. There is always an if associated with these. If I do this, then what? There's just decisions or actions that come, or consequences in some case, that comes from every single decision that we have. But I truly believe that the biggest thing that holds us back in dealing and addressing with FOMO is that the last thing we want to do is screw up. Because then how do we recover from that? What does that mean for our careers? What does that mean for my professional reputation at work if I'm not seen at a happy hour, or I'm not participating in a given event? So here's something I want you to think about. If you are a younger professional or you're new to the workplace, you're going to rely on senior staff members to help you make some of those decisions. Not in the sense that they're going to tell you what to do. They're just going to give you some information based on their experience at that organization. And if you're a senior member and these people do happen to come to you, all I'm asking for you to do is simply honor and be a resource for them. Honor that obligation or commitment, if you will, about being a senior staff member to mentor and develop and help those people in the workplace navigate some of the work responsibilities and cultural implications that happen, simply because we know that we all just don't want to make a mistake, whatever that might be. So as you think about those things, remember that the fear of missing out is real, and we deal with it. And sometimes the best thing is just to acknowledge that it's there, so we can help make the best decision we can possibly make in the given moment. Anyway, so just as we wrap up, just simply be aware of the place that FOMO has in your career and in your life, and the fear of missing out, and kind of weigh those options back and forth to see what exactly it is you want to do in that moment. And trust yourself that you will make the best decision for you in that moment. All right, I wish you a great rest of the day. I'm going to end it here because I can't see the comments. But again, have a great rest of the day and the week. Be safe. And I will have something more for you next week. So take care, everybody. I will see you soon. Be well. Bye.